seen you this last few months. You went from a mom, a wife, an accountant, to a full-time activist, mobilizing the Iranian-American community in Houston. I've been to a bunch of your all's events, and we had your sister here the other day. Um, so I'm trying to make this make sense for Americans. Why does somebody that has a full-time job, is a mom, is a wife, would put almost everything else on hold for the past 3 months to organize the Iranian community here?
First of all, thank you so much for inviting me. And, the only thing, is like when we talk just right now, my friends, my friends back home, whenever I was talking to them, they were just pushing me. They were asking me, Haleh, we don't have a voice. We can't. Please be our voice. I had my own life, I was working, as you say, I'm a mom, so busy with my own life over here. But when I just talked to them and this happened, so it was our new year actually. It was our, it's like um I was on vacation, and when I would just start talking to my friend and they said this is started, this happening, and you have no idea. In last 3 days of my vacation, I couldn't wait come back to America and see what we have to do. What we have to, we have to start and be their voice. The first thing when I get here, we start, it's like to become a group and talk about it, to be our friends, our Iranian voice, because they don't have a freedom. They can. This is the easiest things they want. They're just freedom. They just walk in the street easily. They can. So, but America give us this freedom without any fear. I can talk. I can ask what we want. So this is the best time. I can be their voice. We have to. So the silence at this moment is totally wrong. So America give me this opportunity, this responsibility actually. So
Beautiful.
to talk for them, to be their voice. It's like, my daughter is 19 years old. And last year when she was going to the prom, as a mom, I had two feeling. I was confused. Like a moment I was super excited for my daughter. She's experiencing this most beautiful time as a teenager. They're going to the prom. We, make everything for them to have smooth, nice, have a party, get together. And my other half, I was thinking about my friends' kids back home. When they get diploma, what they have to do? Sit at home, wait for just that regime, let them even though go to university or not. Like they don't have this
Would
opportunity.
you like to elaborate for our audience that doesn't know what realities does a community that you're speaking of that don't have the ability to go to college after high school? The,
Yeah.
because not everybody in Iran don't have the ability to go to college, correct? Why is it that this group of people that you're speaking of don't have that ability like every other Iranians?
Another things, another we don't have freedom as a Baha'i community, they don't have this freedom back home. So when you get your diploma, stay at home. That's it.
Would you mind explaining to our audience what the Baha'i faith is briefly to the best of your ability? I know you're not a religious scholar, so no pressure.
So it's like that's the best thing as I can, is like just tell about Baha'i faith is women and men, we are equal, which in Iran we don't have that equal. It's like man has that power. If women they want to get divorced, if man doesn't let you, your husband doesn't let, you cannot get divorced until 18 years old. Your kid, if dad has to keep it, dad has it, mom doesn't have any, it's like this option to ask to keep my daughter, or it's like, even though, imagine if the woman want to go out of country, if men doesn't let
Mhm.
the wife go out of the country, you cannot, as a me as a woman, like I have to have my own freedom. And unfortunately, this regime, this government regime, doesn't allow women do anything. Like, that's another faith of Baha'i is like lovely. You can have a free speech. So unfortunately, it's like, they don't let us to do that. And as a Baha'is communities, kids, as soon as they finish their school, they have to stay home. They don't have any job, even though they cannot work for government. And it's like Iran's, all the job is involved with government.
Absolutely.
You have to just be a driver, or what else, I don't know. It's like, or if your parents have money to buy you some store, and you be a salesperson at your store. That's it. What else? There's no education. Last 47 years, all of our kids, they have to go to Baha'is university, and hidden Baha'is university. So it's like, it's like underground university.
And
So
you can get a job, I'm assuming, with that degree,
no, then
correct?
that's why they come to out of. And imagine, one of my cousin, he did it. He graduated and came overseas. He came to Germany, and he has a wonderful job.
Yeah. So
So
they accepted that degree from
yes,
the
right
That's
away,
amazing.
right away. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Right away, they give them the job. He works for it. Yes. So this is wonderful, because our university, it's like Baha'is
Mhm.
underground university, is acceptable out of Iran. Anywhere you
No
go,
way.
believe me.
Inside of the Iran, the Islamic Republic doesn't accept that
No.
degree, but everywhere else outside of
Yes.
Iran, that degree.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's basically comes down to the discrimination on religion rather than your
That's true.
qualification for the
That's
job.
true.
One thing that you mentioned something about the woman movement and the women's rights in Iran. Right before the 1979 revolution, Iranian women had the right to vote before American women. Iranian women in the workforce were larger number
Oh,
than in
yes.
America. So when you go from the 1970s Iran, where it was modernizing, it was becoming Western, to the 1979 and post that, how big of a factor you think the woman movement in Iran is? And people just like yourself, your sister, and there's a lot of other ladies in this organization that put this events together. This revolution is mostly, in my views, being led by women. I was telling Kiani that day, I was like, we call it lion and son. It should be lionesses and son. But how do you feel that burden on your own shoulder to take the responsibilities that you have taken? And how do you see other women play that role as well?
I think so. After that, they killed Masa Amini. A lot of women, like most, I can tell you, they just wake up. It's like always they put in our head, we cannot do anything. Just imagine, I was a student, I was 15 years old. I had a teacher at the school. It was like, how can I explain it? It's so rude. Only I think so Iranian people can understand this. So they telling me, as a woman, you have to sleep, as a girl, you have to sleep like a dog, and all the time be awake. If somebody in your house maybe come and rape you, you have to sleep like a dog. You have to walk like a cow. Just see straight. It's like, don't look right and left, because maybe if you look right and left, there's a man on your both side. Then they think you're looking at them. So imagine, I was only 15, and it's still stuck. I'm 50 years old now. It's stuck over here. So believe me, I, it's like a man as your teacher teaching you this stuff. What do you think? Breaking trust. You see what I'm saying?
Yes,
Like,
abuse.
who's middle of the night in my house? My dad,
And what
my
business
brother,
do you have
my
telling
just
a
uncle.
child?
It's like exactly this is it. Like you're telling me just don't trust whoever in your house and sleep like a dog. If they walk in your room, just wake up. Why? Because maybe they want to rape you? You kidding me? So this is a stock over here. So as a woman now, I have to stand for what they try to put in our head. No, that's not right. When I left Iran, so I was I wasn't sure when I'm going to see my parents again because I left by myself. Because
Mhm.
that moment, the day I became a mom and my daughter became 18 years old, first thing I asked my mom, wow, how hard it was for you. You let me as
Wow. Yeah.
18 years old, left the home because we went to Pakistan.
Oof.
So Pakistan, Austria, and get here. So for almost 7 years, 6.5 years, I didn't see my mom.
Are you by
Almost,
yourself during this time?
yes. And imagine, and like 4.5 years after me, actually, my brother came. So, but during all those time, I was with my friends and some of my, it's like friends. We were back in Pakistan, and we were just talking with my mom how hard it is between bad and worse. Which one you have to choose? You see what I'm saying? This is really hard. When I'm like my daughter turned 18, the first thing I asked my mom, if Hannah asked me, like, I want to go somewhere, and I'm pretty sure for 6, 7 years or more than that, I can see her. Am I going to send her? She's in dorm right now.
No.
Every other 2 days, I'm going to see her because I'm missing her.
That's too
You,
far.
you know, like how hard. And imagine how hard it was for my parents the day they let me go out. And imagine you have to let your kid go for her to have a better life, to have a better option, to have a life. Because at home, my country, my motherland country, I didn't have this freedom. So she chose to let me go out to have a better life, to have a freedom, which we have
Ultimately.
now. When I came to America, the first thing I see is like, wow, I have freedom.
Ain't it
Freedom of
beautiful?
everything. Yes, America give me this opportunity to have a better life, to sit over here and talk about Iran's freedom. It's like after a few, it's like protests we had,
Mhm.
I went to the police and I told them, how much I'm appreciated. You guys let us to stay here and ask
Yeah.
for Iran's freedom, our people freedom, who cannot talk back home. You let me to be their voice. Iran doesn't let me, this regime, it doesn't let my people to have a freedom to speak for themselves. The smallest things they want.
Mhm.
Go university. We can't go university. To ask for basic, it's like life, they can't. They take your life from you. They take your lives. So they're in the jail,
Mhm.
or we don't know where they are right now. They're, it's like disappear. We don't know. Lots of our friends, families, they don't know where their kids are at right now. So, but I'm really appreciative of America.
The opportunity that we were given to find refuge in the US is a blessing beyond like anything I ever
Yeah,
imagined. And power to the HPD for that conversation that you said you had with them. Not that they allow us to go advocate for freedom of a different country, they protect us while we're doing it.
exactly,
And
exactly.
to go do that out of the goodness of their heart, out of the goodness of this republic that was designed for us, is just mind blown experience. When was the last time you were in Iran, though?
2014, actually, Hannah, she was keep begging me because, like I'm over here, like I'm kind of, I see myself as Iranian American, big time. It's like I work over here. I have this best opportunity. So, but it's like in your mind,
Hmm?
you're Iranian, no matter what.
You
I'm
can
born
never
over here.
change
My
that, yeah.
blood is Iranian, and the way I let my daughter grow up, I always put in her head. So your family is from Iran, and she has to know her cousins back home, they don't have that opportunity, but she has over here.
Absolutely.
Always I'm telling her. So she was begging me, let's go back home. I was scared, to be honest. Like,
Was that your first time?
second time,
Second time?
second time. Because I missed my dad for 8 years. I didn't see my dad. And Kianish, my husband, surprised me 2 days after our wedding. So that was my wedding gift. We went to Iran. So it
Nice.
was like fantastic actually.
Beautiful.
So we had another wedding back home. So that was the best surprise I had from him actually. So I didn't went after that and until 2000, it was 2003 and then 2014. So I want to Hannah see, it's like
Home.
yeah, exactly. So where did I grow up? Which school I went? Which home I grew up over there? So I took her. Oh my gosh, she
Nice.
became in love with, it's like Babelsa. We stay only at
Beautiful.
Babelsa. Babelsa is north of, it's like Iran by Caspian Sea. And this I call that my home. Always that
Yeah.
Babelsa is my home. So I
No,
love it.
beautiful
And
place.
beautiful. And it's like, and I still in touch with all my friends from back home, even though
Wow.
for that many years, from all my friends from elementary till now,
No way.
believe
How
me.
do ladies do this? Like, I have best friends here that live like 15 minutes away from me, and I go months without talking to them.
My husband always is telling me how you can manage that. So I like from first grade of my, it's like childhood, we were at the same school. We're in the group of
Wow.
WhatsApp. We are always talking. They were the one, they pushed me to be their voice.
Oh,
So
that's
they were
beautiful.
the one, they will keep asking me, Haleh, don't stop, please. And believe me, even though there's no internet, they find a way to just call and say, Haleh, we heard it, it's like, you guys going down. Please, please don't stop. Haleh, don't stop. Be our voice. And one of my friends, she always texts me, say this all. It's like, make sure say this, what we want. I was like, for sure, don't worry. We are your voice over here. So they are scared. If they heard it, we stop. Believe me, they're scared. So it's like, Holly, do you think so? This is a stop? I was like, no. Myself, deeply, hard to
Mm.
say 100%, but I'm deeply 100%. I believe it.
Mhm.
This regimes is over. So it's like, this the times for them is over because people is tired all over the world are tired of them because it doesn't hurt Iran only, it hurts all Middle East. And if you see it, unfortunately, it's going all
Yeah.
over. It's this, it's like
This is a regime that exports terror all around the globe. It's not just Iran, it's not just Middle East, it's everywhere from
they're going
Venezuela all the way
everywhere.
down to Mexico, our next door
Yeah.
neighbor. This regime is just wreaking havoc and chaos. But we have to talk about one reality of this, and this is a serious question. You put your face at the front of this opposition movement, at least here locally in Houston. You do realize, God forbid, this regime doesn't fall. This would guarantee that you will not be able to see your homeland again. How do you deal with that or overcome that mindset so just you can keep pushing forward?
My daughter, she asked me the first thing, it's like when that happened for Massa and Mimi. So she was teenager and she was coming with me to all of those, it's like protests. And last year she was asking me, can we go back home? please, mom, let's go. I want to see all my friends are going to Iran and they see it. And she was 7 years old by that time when I took her. So now she really wants to go. And I told her, we can't go right now because of this regime. Until this regime is over there, we can't. And when this happened again, when I start for this protest, and everybody told me, Holly, I says like, when I just compare my friends' life, my friends' kids' lives
Hmm.
is more important than if I cannot go home. Absolutely. I have to be their
Wow.
voice. So which one is important? But when I be their voice, I'm pretty sure all the world, when they hear our voice,
Hmm.
regime will go down and then I can go back home. You have to start it from the, like, imagine, from, you cannot just go to school and go get your diploma. So it's like from first grade you have to step by step you will graduate
Yeah.
from high school. So this is a step by step. We have to, this is the first step we put it in. From me, you, and all people started. So how can I say this? So it's like, if I stop, if I don't say anything and think, okay, I want to go back home. Oh my God, I'm missing home. I'm going. If I don't see my parent, and I cannot, if I do this, I can see my sister, my brother, my family, my cousins. I'm not saying anything, but if all of us to be silent, so that another 47 years, this regime will be a stay. So we have to, I choose to be our people voice. So all I can tell. And I'm pretty sure very soon I can go home because um, they're not going to be there anymore.
You just feel it down
I
deep in
feel
your
it.
gut.
Believe me.
I think a lot of us
Believe me.
share
This
that
time
feeling
is
with you.
over.
Absolutely. It's just a mindset that you need to, we all think about it. I haven't been able to go back since I came to US for a multitude of reasons. Um, so I never had to think about what you guys are going through right now. That crossroad came for me a long time ago, but it's coming for y'all now, and it's a really big decision. And I understand a lot of people are hesitant. I see people showing up to the events wearing masks to cover their faces, but they're still showing up. That's admirable. Let me ask you this: you seem pretty happy with the way things are going. Um, what do you think about Trump? Do you support him? How he's conducting this operation against Iran? Put it in your own words.
Big time. You have no idea. For the second time, for the first time, when Trump, became a president. So nobody were happy, to be honest. And they were complaining, why? And before I came to Texas, actually, I used to live in California,
Ooh,
South California.
I should have known that.
And I still,
This episode is over. No lives here.
yeah, I used to
Just kidding.
live there. I used to live there. And I'm so glad actually I came to Texas. So Houston, actually.
Amen to that.
I'm so proud I live here now. So I still have all my friends in California. And
So the
anytime I
Iran
go,
friends, the California friends. How
yes.
many hours do you have in a day to keep up with this many people? Do you have
And
more than
believe me,
24 hours in a day
and
that we don't?
believe me, I argue with them a lot, especially
With who? Your
years
friends?
like with my friend at California, with my friends in California.
They're liberals, I'm assuming. Okay, so you
Big
were
time,
originally,
California.
so 2016, you voted for Trump.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Love it.
And it's like deeply we had an argument always. So why I like Trump? I was like, absolutely. He's the one. One day he's going to change Iran, and they make laugh.
Hmm.
There was like, really, Haleh? You think that way? I was like,
Keep
yes,
dreaming.
yes. You have no idea. It's like TikTok. is talking about with our kids. TikTok was parents for our kids. Like, especially my daughter when she was in high school,
Hmm.
TikTok was cover everything. Oh my God. When this, happened in Palestine, oh my God, it will cover everything in TikTok. And she was coming home with her friends, and so
This is
I
your
had
daughter?
my daughter.
Okay.
We always had this argument, and I have to just see, talk to her, explain it to her, because you cannot just imagine. I was one, and she was at the school with this bunch of, it's like
Hmm.
Democrat kids.
Yeah.
So in TikTok, and they were putting in their head, so
Propaganda.
Trump is bad. Exactly. Trump is bad. Trump is this. Trump is that. And I have to sit and talk to her and convince her. So it's like, but the way I have to show her the reality, this is right. That's why I'm here. And
Hmm.
to tell her. So I'm so glad. The second time when I was trying to vote to Trump, she pushed me. Mom, go. I
Do
can.
it.
Yes. She wasn't 18 by that time. She couldn't, it's like, she was like, "Oh, why I didn't born earlier? I can vote for her." So, it's like, and I'm so glad I did vote to Trump again.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure he's, and if I say this word, it's so funny because I love Trump and Netanyahu at this moment. I love them. Believe me. I follow Netanyahu on my Instagram.
Hmm.
And oh my God, all of my friends that were texting me, really? You're following him? I was like, yes, absolutely. I love this man.
Oh.
And sometimes even though I'm going, it's like under, it's like his post. I said, I love you. You're the man.
You can do it.
And Trump, with all those things, he's doing it. Oh my God, I get excited when I see. This morning when he was just giving his speech, I was like, yes, you're the one. Go ahead, whatever you want to do. That much I trust him. Believe me. I don't know. It's like as you see deeply,
Hmm.
it is like sometimes it's telling you something, it's like he's I don't know, I get a very good vibe from him.
He's definitely special. I don't think nobody can deny that. How he came about to be involved in politics, the downfall, the rise back up. It's like you're reading a book. It doesn't even seem real half of the time. Are you just a Trump fan or are you Republican?
Republican.
Republican. So you vote across the line with Republicans.
Republican.
Is there a
That's what
reason
I'm
for
telling
that?
you. I'm so proud I'm in Texas now.
God bless you. I hope more people leave California with your ideology and not the Democrats, because a lot of them come down here and they try to turn the state blue, and I just don't love that idea so much.
I used to live in Austin too. So after I got married, we moved to
Nice. When
Austin.
did you live in Austin?
From 2003 to 2011.
Nice.
So yeah, because
Austin was a lot different then.
yeah. So again, I'm so happy I'm in Houston now.
Yeah.
That's all I
Yeah.
can say.
Austin even got worse. Like, I'm assuming it was liberal then, but it's just crazy. I lived there like till a year ago,
Oh, really?
and it was not a day. And I lived outside of the city on 22, 22, and
Oh,
360.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah.
There
Beautiful.
was not a day I would go to the store and I would not see a man in a dress. And I'm like, just once, for the love of God, let me just go out and have a normal time at the store. Is that too much to ask? It's not like you're going out, you're going to HEB. Like,
That's
and it's like
exactly.
with a beard like mine. Imagine me in a dress that's this short. And I'm like, these people are not normal.
No.
Um, but yeah, we're getting off topic. We can talk about
Yeah, again,
how liberals suck.
I'm super happy I'm in Houston, and this city give me a lot of opportunity, believe me.
It's a
So
beautiful
I
city.
love it. And people they're nice, it's like Republican.
Hmm.
When you talk to them, he was like, oh, thank God.
It's really that feeling. The first time I walked into Harris County Republican Party, I was so intimidated. Just an 18-year-old kid. This is post Iraq and Afghanistan. So like there's no Middle Eastern there. And I show up, they think I'm Mexican. I open my mouth, they're like, all right, this kid ain't Mexican. It's like, where you from? Iran. Oh, we haven't had one of you guys in a minute. And I was expecting the next thing to be like, all right, here's the door, boy. Don't let it hit you in the back on the way out. And the next is like, let me introduce you to so and so.
Exactly.
You should
Exactly.
sign up for this. Hang out here. Like we meet every Wednesday.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, they're not a good racist at all.
No, they're not. Honestly.
It's mind blowing the propaganda that the left keeps telling people, and people actually believe it.
Yeah.
Wow. How you think? So you're well versed in politics in American side, I'm assuming. You know that Trump attacking the Islamic Republic right now is going to have political implications for the Republicans and him. God forbid midterm comes around and Democrats take control over the House and the Senate. We can expect the conflict with Iran to be over just like that. We can expect Trump to get impeached probably a dozen times. What responsibility do you think is on the shoulder of the Iranian community? I myself advocated and lobbied for Trump to attack the Islamic Republic during that whole month and a half prior to him doing an attack. What responsibility do you think that Iranian people have to carry in this moment from now till November to make sure that this is not a political price that the Trump team has to pay?
To be honest, another thing, it's a good example right now, Iran. Iran is a very good example for American people. So um, they don't want to have another, it's like we don't want another Iran happen in over here. So you see what I'm saying? Like
How would that be?
imagine, um, it's like if you let them, easily they get here. You see what happened in New York now?
Hmm.
You see it. What happened in New York?
I think us Iranian Americans see what's happening in New York in a different lens than most Americans do. How do you see it? Do you see that as a warning sign or
That's
embracement of
exactly.
change?
it- okay, let me just tell you the first. Like 2 years ago, we went to England. So I see London easily is turning to become like 47 years ago what happened in Iran.
Mm-hmm.
So um, how can I tell you? It's like, you know, slowly they come. Slowly from New York that now they started. If we don't stop someplace, so they will come in slowly with a nice face. They come, and you remember when this happened for a lot of people because they don't know in college in Austin that happened. If you remember, I just get confused now. Let me just tell you one by one. So, if you remember for Free Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
so all the college students they were going out and they were asking the girls. She was with us. She has no idea what this government will do to you. With it's like she had it just it's like tank top and short skirt. She was sitting like that, even though you could see in that video her underwear. And there was a guy, he was gay and like came for pre-Palestine. No, honestly, they don't
Chickens for
know.
KFC.
They don't know what will happen to them if they go to Iran. Both of them, they will be killed. That girl,
Mm-hmm.
she was crying for this, it's like, no, this Islamic government will kill you for that masa mini, for
For
just
hair.
this much hair, not whole hair,
Mm-hmm.
this much hair. They killed her, they get her lives from her. She lost her life because of this much hair. And you are with tank top. are coming here and praying. Come on, you can't. They let you do the right now just to show. But it became to reality.
Hmm.
If that government come over here, they will kill you. You will be in the jail. No, these kids, they have too much freedom, I think so. And they don't understand what they will do to them.
You think it's too much freedom or lack of patriotism per se? There's a lot of talk about America is so horrible, America is so racist, America is corrupt, to the point that people don't have any pride in America anymore, to the point that if we're not the good guy, hell, the Islamic Republic must be, right? So, how much of it do you think is that American patriotism that you have, obviously, as an Iranian born American today, that I think most American kids, well, I wouldn't say the kids, the Gen Zers, um, are would fall in that category, but Gen Alpha, I think there's a revival of like self thought process and all that stuff
Exactly.
going in Gen Alpha. I
That's
see
right.
that with my nieces.
That's
Gen
true.
Z, I think, was the biggest age group that suffered from that because right at that point, it was like the social media
Exactly.
blast, like you said, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. And who was feeding the algorithm from TikTok? The Chinese Communist
Chinese
Party.
Chinese come from Iran.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's why when I told you a few minutes ago, I was sitting and talking to my daughter. That's why we're just teaching her. So it's
Hmm.
like this TikTok, what it showed to you, they get their money from Iran.
Yeah.
Whatever Iran want, they put it over there. They show it to you and your friends over here. So unfortunately, that's not right. It's not right what they telling you guys. So, but we have to be very careful. That's all. To me, we have to talk. That's why I'm thinking when we go to the protest, I always we just talk about it. And last time we just write very small, it's like notes to give it to everybody, to these
Yeah.
American people that were going around to teach
Beautiful.
them.
Yeah.
So this is not only about Iran at this moment. Absolutely. Like we want a freedom for my country, for my people back home. But we don't want this happen to America. Because honestly, this is my another home. So we
Hmm.
all are here. America give this option, opportunity to live here. We have to count this as our home. So kind of, it's like we are between Iran and
Yeah.
America. This both of them is my home now. So I have to tell my American friend at the work. I always talk to them. So you should be careful. This doesn't happen to you because when this happened to Iran, we couldn't believe it
Yeah.
47 years ago when I talked to my grandparents, to my family. They never believed that would be happen. They thought, oh no, very nice, they're coming and they want to have, it's like give peaceful to
It's just a
everybody.
religion.
Exactly, this is peaceful. We all sit together, eat together. Like, no, not together. They're stealing from us. They steal country. They steal everything. I'm, a, I'm 100% Iranian. So you steal my land from me. And you know what they say in TV? They were saying, oh, if you don't like it, you can go. Easily they tell us, if you don't like it, you don't
Hmm.
like this regime, go.
Yeah.
And now what happened? All those people, they send us out. Now we all became over here
The worst
the
nightmare.
voice. We became the nightmare.
Hmm.
So now we are the voice for our Iranian people. So what you did, you let us go out of Iran. So, but we are telling everybody all over the world, don't let your future to become like last 47 years what happened in Iran.
Iran is, I think, one of the only countries right now that have 10% of their population literally in diaspora. 90 million inside, over 10 million outside. That's just mind blowing. And I think we see things differently here because I encourage everybody to read the Quran. The playbook is literally in their book. Go to a society, get get them to normalize your behavior and your way of life, get into political situations, the same playbook that Muhammad did. Then when you become get into power, then use your power to sway everything toward Allah per se. And when I look at Mamdani, I see a Khomeini in a suit.
That's what I'm saying. Go to see New
His
York now.
wife's comments about the Jews, the blacks, all of that stuff is like the most sickening comments that somebody makes. And just because they're on the left, nobody even raises the eyebrow. But if, God forbid, there's a picture and there's a President Trump does this all the time. Whenever there's pastors at the White House in the Oval Office, they all put their hands over each other and ultimately him, and the pastor prays over him. Every time that video comes out, everybody on social media is like losing their mind. Separation of church and state, yada yada yada. Why are they praying in the White House? But Mamdani turns the city hall in New York into a Ramadan session, and like literally they're singing azan in the middle of the city mayor's mansion, and nobody says anything, and they embrace it.
It's like that's what I'm saying. If really they follow what it's like religion say, all the girls that were sitting with him,
Mhm.
so they should have a cover.
Yeah,
It's like slowly they will put them this in their head. So by one sit together, eat, and then slowly, okay, then have a cover, and then this and that. That happened to Iran.
yeah,
3 4 years first, they didn't, it's like push our people to have a cover. So it takes slowly. That's what I'm telling you. It's scary. That's what always I'm telling my friends,
mhm.
my coworker over here. Just be careful because this happened slowly in Iran. It didn't
Always
happen
does.
right
Yeah,
away. So this is just, it's like wake you up. You see it, what's going on in Iran? Just wake up. Don't let this happen to you. It's not that easy and with a smile and sit on the floor and eat.
eat with your
Come
hand.
on, you kidding me?
That's
That's what he did. Like
yeah,
sit together on the floor and they were eating and laugh. No, no, no. It's not laugh. Few years from now, they will
yeah.
kill you. That's
Literally,
easy.
yeah.
What's going
That
on in Iran?
historically, that's what they've done. If you don't learn from history, you're
If you're
doomed to
not
repeat it.
back in Iran, if you're not Muslim, you don't have any other, it's like freedom. Even though right now the Muslim people they don't have freedom.
Yeah,
Those people who ask for the smallest freedom of life is out. You're in jail
yeah.
or
Hung.
that's it.
They just hung a champion wrestler the other day for what?
19 years old.
19 years old. Pride of a nation gets hung over. That's what Islam is. It's in the name of the government.
That's why it's scary. It's like that's why I'm always telling all everybody, please be careful.
Let me ask you this: the way things are going, what do you see the next phase of this conflict being, in your view? Like ground troops from the U.S. side, Prince Pahlavi saying go out at the last call of action. Um, Let me ask you this: what do you prefer to see in the next, let's say, week?
Absolutely. It's like I'm thinking Pahlavi is Iran is for them. Believe me.
Mhm.
His grandpa, when he came to Iran, he totally changed Iran. He totally
Well, for
changed.
the listeners, the grandpa was in Iran. He took power.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
He's not a
yes.
foreign guy.
Yeah.
Okay,
The
sorry. Go ahead.
grandpa of Pahlavi, is like he totally changed Iran from imagine um
Stone
people
Age
people they
Islamist.
didn't know what is schoolies.
Hmm.
It's like education, women. He let all the women, it's like, again, this is very important. So over here, women, they can talk, they have freedom. But that years ago, because of Islam was coming to Iran, women didn't have this
Yeah,
freedom. And it's like Pahlavi give this opportunity to women. So go to school and take your cover out. Have a life. Oh my God. He totally changed Iran.
absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying, honestly. And then when the Shah came after
Hmm.
the father, oh my God, Iran became kind of like west of Europe.
Yeah,
So that's why we always think like our people, he was years and years and years ahead of, it's like
absolutely.
what he was seeing. So he thought Iran is, is like Europe, Western Europe. So I wish we were living that time.
But going back to the question, in the next
So
week,
that's what I'm thinking. Now Pahlavi has to come back again to Iran.
no, 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 forget about the Pahlavi aspect. I'm talking about this war that we're in with the Islamic
Ah, okay.
Republic, the people of Iran. For Pahlavi to come in, something has to change inside the Iranian border, correct? Um, what does it take in your view? Do you
Oh
think
my God.
foot soldiers from America going in, doing it, arming the Kurds, arming the Iranian people? There's a lot of options on the table. Or you think possibly with a Pharaoh Khan from the Crown Prince, people could overthrow this weakened regime now?
Absolutely. They saying like our people has to ch- ask for the change. It's
Mhm.
like Iranian people. They have to. We are waiting for that Pharaoh Khan, I'm pretty sure. But imagine without help of America, to me,
Mhm.
is impossible because
Well,
they're
that help is
killing
already
our
being given.
people. But I'm thinking we need more. We
What
need
is
this more.
more?
This army go, is
Like
like
soldiers going into
soldiers
Iran.
going to Iran. Myself, I'm
Yeah.
thinking
No,
that,
no,
but
I ask you the question,
yeah,
whatever you think.
yeah, that's
Okay.
that's me, because it's like our people back home, they don't have anything.
They don't, but at the same time, if you look at the leadership of the Islamic Republic, about 70, 80% have been eliminated. So
Still,
the people that give the orders, they're mostly dead. The people that are operating, the numbers that are coming out of Iran this past few days is 70 to 90% of the people are not reporting for duty anymore. So the force that the Islamic Republic had, and they used that force very um, savagely, to say the best I could. I'm trying not to cuss. Uh, I think personally, this might be that their force have came down. There's few people that are still willing to stand there and fight. At what point does that responsibility goes on the shoulder of the Iranian people, or at what point is too late for us to act? Because if we wait for Israel and the United States to free us, we have this over the next government of Iran for God knows how many years. You already know the narrative. Oh, the British did it, the US did it, now
oh
Israel
yeah,
did it.
oh yeah,
So at a certain point, I think for a future of Iran to be independent and
yeah.
ran by Iranians, we have to roll up the sleeves and do it ourselves.
But believe me, because of, it's like still lots of Sepa,
Mhm.
Arzeshi, those people back home, unfortunately, a lot.
Yeah.
I know like the heads, 70%
Mhm.
of them time to USA and Israel, so they've been killed. But still, imagine to me, they keep our people back home hunger. So to pay them to do you see these days TV
Mhm.
back home? The girls, they bring those girls, they call them Pastuaya Iran. They bring the girls, it's like on TV, and they say, "Oh, you don't have a cover, you don't have a skirt," it's
Oh yeah,
like
yeah, the
this
propaganda videos. Okay.
exactly. So imagine they just give them
Yeah.
2 bags of potato and it's like, "Hey, make them happy and come to TV." And the same, they pay them come and kill. Believe me,
Mm.
I still there is a
Well, they're
percentage of
still gonna
those
come out
people.
and pay. Have you seen the pictures of Iraq after we left? The way that the U.S. is bombing right now is very strategically and precise on locations and individuals. Whenever the ground troop infantry moves in, the dynamic of the war will change. We're gonna go into fighting like guerrilla warfare. We don't know which house they're in, so it's live action at that point. There's soldiers on the ground shooting at building. There's airplane coming to bomb it, and the forces move. So the limited damage that we have right now, if the ground forces move in, I can guarantee you, and I think everybody should be cautious of this because the casualty on the civilian side would dramatically increase.
That's why they keep saying stay at home. So they will
Yeah,
keep asking them stay at home, don't go out. We understand you have to have, it's like go shopping and do your daily,
yeah.
but they keep asking them, please stay inside of the house. Please don't, it's like um they just giving, it's like warning to
Mm.
our people. That's what I'm guessing because they
So wait
keep
for that window of
that
opportunity
I'm
that we
thinking.
see the opening.
And thank to Musa.
Mossad has been amazing.
The
Back in June
honesty.
and then now, like, I've it's back to back military actions between Mossad and the U.S. in June to Venezuela with us. Then now this, it's been like just spotless.
Exactly.
So
You see,
proud
it's
of
like, do
this.
you see when like six, it's like houses?
Mm?
So it's like, and imagine they just exactly
One
the
unit.
point. The
Yeah.
point is like how they just did it.
America's the best.
They doing it. That's why I trust them.
No, no, it's
Even though I'm thinking, even though it's like, it's like the soldiers go back, it's like in our land. So I'm thinking Mossad knows what they
yeah.
did,
There's
so
videos that
they
they
know.
eliminates IRGC soldiers walking in the street, and there's a car that's driving by like untouched, and the guys and his motorcycle is like boom gone.
Exactly.
Wow.
So that's me. I'm thinking that way, but so that's, it's like at this moment what we want.
Yeah.
So our people are, it's like civilian people to be safe. So that's why we are for they safely. We want this happen.
Let me ask you this because I've been wrapping my head around this issue that I've seen that it doesn't make any sense for me. Maybe you understand it because you have closer contacts in Iran. Right before the uprising, before the markets went into boycott and all that stuff, for months, I remember there was no electricity during the day, there was no running water during the day. How the heck is it that before the war, before the uprising, there was no water and no electricity? In the middle of war, there's water and electricity? Can you make that make sense? No pressure, because
No,
I talk to a lot of
no,
people and
I
like
know, no,
we don't know.
no. Because it's like they were saying, but that moment they get the electricity, they will making
Cryptos?
cryptos.
Okay.
So now they don't have a time for that.
True.
So that's that. No, honestly, that's we heard that time,
Their
and actually,
servers got bombed.
yeah, that's all. It's like to me is right. Now I can just put them together. It's like, yeah, that's right. It could be. So that's why our people were out of. It's like electricity, gas, water.
All that oil money is not enough. You need to go after crypto too for
Yes,
funds so you can
because
fund terror.
those money goes in their pocket.
Yeah.
Whatever they can get, it goes to their
Mm.
pocket. They had a huge I heard that they have huge land in Venezuela.
They have them everywhere. They have them
So,
here.
it's like like, why would my people, they don't have food. They don't have fruits to eat. They can sleep. Those kids, it's like they don't have anything. They don't have milk. And you still are people money, just come another country and have a land for yourself? Why?
Forget the land. They do a lot worse. There's a lot of countries that send missiles and like look at Boko
Oh,
Haram in
yes.
Africa, for
Oh,
example. Um,
oh,
I'm okay with them
on the
buying
side
land.
that,
Yeah.
absolutely, that this is, we all know about them. So they give money to, and now imagine, they were paying money to Lebanon.
Hmm.
Now Lebanon is not behind them.
Yeah. Well, they got a problem of their own that they got to deal with.
Exactly, they work for themselves. You spend lots of money on all other the country
Hmm.
to take care of you one day. No, now all of them, they're not behind you,
Yeah, they're the same kind of crowd.
because they're
That
worried for, exactly, and now they're worried for themselves.
yeah,
So
as they should.
all our money gone, gone. Honestly, what happened? Whole this 47 years, I remember we were in. It's like, I'm sure you went to school back home.
Mm-hmm.
So we were just, every morning we have to just go dead to America, dead to Israel, dead to this, dead to that,
Yeah,
and God bless. It's like Lebanon, Gaza, like
yeah.
Syria. Are you
What about
kidding
us?
me? Exactly. All our money, we were crying. And we thought, like, honestly, people
Yeah,
in Syria, they don't have food to eat. We thought, like, Lebanon is the most hungry people over there. Now go see Lebanon. They have a better life than our people back
yeah,
home.
and they got it bad
Our
still.
money
Like,
goes there. All our money, we're
yeah.
going there.
It's funny. Hangama was telling me she had to go to a private school because like public school in Iran was rough. And my first day of a school, when we had to do the chants, for boys, you had to raise your arm to the guy in front of you. And I didn't do the chants. The principal called me. They're like, why don't you do it? And I was like, I'm a Baha'i. We love everybody. He was like, all right, call your dad. I
Yeah.
had to go
You
to
were in the
private school
trouble.
too.
You will
Yeah.
be in the trouble if you don't do it.
It's like, who teaches a 6-year-old to say that to anybody? Like, that's the mindset of these people that we're dealing with, unfortunately.
And
It's just pure evil.
imagine, last Friday we were by Galleria,
Hmm.
and it was bunch of those with, it's like, come with those poster of no war, and they were saying this, dead to USA. And I asked HPD, believe me, I asked, like, can they say they're in America? And then they
Yeah.
keep saying dead to USA. And the police get quiet. He says, like, I have to be natural. I cannot say anything.
That's a beautiful thing
And
about this country, though.
exactly. And I says, like, don't worry. I it's like, if they to America, why you live over here?
Yeah.
Why you are here? Because they give you this opportunity to say this word over here.
Yeah.
You have a freedom. Go back that country, you love it. Go
Exactly.
over there, you love everything what they done. Go there. Why you're over here?
Absolutely. America is horrible. America is racist. America is bigoted.
Exactly.
Leave.
They will keep, saying bad about America. And you're in America, you live
Yeah.
over here and you talk bad about America?
Right now in UAE, you're fined and imprisoned if you just film a video of the war happening. Europe, you can't talk about Islam or Muslims without UK. You were there.
Yeah.
They'll come knocking on your door to haul you to jail.
Exactly. Yeah.
America is the last free place on earth.
Big time.
And if we don't stand up for it, people like Mamdani, and it's not just New York, they're here too. We had a Harris County commissioner that I know for like over a decade. He skipped on honoring the fallen soldiers when we did that event to go to a care event and do iftar with the Muslims. Whenever you have politicians are public servants. Whenever they put a Muslim group, I don't care anybody, over the fallen soldiers, you're not American anymore. You're a foreign agent to me. And that's what they need to realize. But we could go down that rabbit hole for days, and I just
Politics and religion has to be separate. As you know, it's like another thing. The Baha'is, the community, they saying that you have to keep them separate.
Mhm.
Religion, then politics. It's like if you involve them, that will happen what happened in Iran. Because they put them together.
Absolutely.
So, it's like have your religion at your home or go to church or mosque or like Baha'i center, wherever you want to go. Keep your religion over there.
I think it goes deeper than that. We could talk about religion for a whole episode, but
Yeah,
like you look
absolutely.
at the Baha'i faith, you look at Judaism, you look at Christianity, but multiple of other faiths that's not like they don't even have a God, that's centered around goodness. Like what Zoroastrian says, good deed, good thought, good words. To me,
Exactly.
when I think about God, I think about that character.
Exactly.
But Islam's God has a different character. So if we make one category, these are all religions, and the values don't match, they're not all religion. You can't judge them equally. So, like, I know America is a beautiful country, the freedom here that they give us to say whatever heck we want to, do whatever we want to.
Until people they don't take advantage of it.
Yeah.
The really 100% freedom is really good
Mhm.
until they don't take advantage. Unfortunately, lots of people right now from overseas they take advantage of this freedom.
Of course, because that's the system that they grew up with. Instead of coming here to adapt to the American way of life, they
Exactly.
brought their way of life into US, and they're like, let's run it like Somalia, let's run it like Iran.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's just destruction. You ruined your country, now you want to come ruin mine too. Well,
Unfortunately. But we
it's
won't. We won't let them.
I
We
was
won't let
talking
them.
to one of my friends, and I'm like, all right, when I was leaving Iran, and I was like, all right, I'm done with this radical Muslims. When I was in Turkey and 9/11 happened, I was like, oh, this radical Muslims is still messed up my plans, and like my life is on hold. So when I go to America, I don't have to worry about them anymore. They won't be there, guaranteed. Then I come here, I get discriminated because I look Muslim. I'm like, all right, forget about
Clean
it.
it.
We all look like, if I look at me, I would assume, yeah, I'm Muslim. So I dealt with the discrimination. Then a few years passed. We went from discrimination to full embracing of Muslims to the point that, like, I see white girls putting on hijab willingly. This is beautiful. Really? Wait till you get married and he smacks you in the side of the head when you don't get his dinner ready. If the book says he can. Wait till he brings another lady home one night and
Oh
be like, this is
yes,
wife
not
number
one,
two.
five more.
There you go.
He can bring five more.
Why not? If you can like hit him to keep him in check, they could have 50. So
and
it's
you
like those
and you
friends.
don't have that option even to ask for divorce.
No,
If he
what
does
option?
that, you have to sit there. You can like a lot of things, as you said, like if we want to just really sit and talk about this, unfortunately is
We
non-stop.
could be here for
It's
days.
like especially you and I because we been in that country, we grew up with them,
Hmm.
we know how
You've seen it
bad it
firsthand.
is. You see, it's like if I were here and I didn't know, so maybe I was the one's like, oh yeah, it's like let me see, let think about it. But even though I don't want to say that word, let me see. No, no, no.
No.
From the front, before you
I've
start to
seen this
talk,
movie
like
before.
no, like that happened in New York when I see the Americans. I was like, oh no way! It has to stop it now. They have to stop it now. It's like you and I, we know about it.
Yeah,
Like they have to stop it. But
we'll make sure
people
of
they
that.
grow up over here, they was like, let's see. No, there's no let's see.
No, when you see, it's too late. You can't unsee it after that.
47 years it takes.
47 years. And look at the carnage that we have to deal with just to get rid of them. How many people have to die? How many countries have to be destroyed? The lunacy of these people,
Since
like,
they came to Iran, honestly, they take over Iran. All of our young people that were dying. 8 years we were in that war
War,
between Iran
yeah.
and Iraq, and then start killing because all different story. Because it's like as by people, how many people they killed? Like my mom cousin, they killed him like a day after his wedding day. Just imagine. And what happened to the family? It's like a lot of things going on. And like every year, since in these 47 years they are in Iran, they keep killing our people. Jail killing. They're putting them in the jail or they're killing them. So that's why we don't want this happen to any other, it's like country, especially in America.
Yeah.
So when they give us this opportunity, we have to, as much as we can, we have to protect here too. So don't let this happen again over here.
Absolutely. We're on it. And before we wrap up, I would love it if you tell the audience where they can find you on social media, because you do a lot of good stuff and people need to know what all is that is happening. The group page that you have, and
Yeah,
then your own, if you don't mind.
sure. So we have an Instagram, Free Iran History, and my page is my first name, last name, Haleh Kiani 9.
We need that
So
spelled.
HALEHKIANI 9. That's my Instagram ID. And we will be happy if you can follow, it's like our group, which is Free Iran History. And
That's on Instagram as well, or
yes,
Facebook too?
exactly.
Instagram. Okay.
Instagram, yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited to see what you guys got in the store next. It's been amazing watching y'all just go nuts, because I was telling your sister, I've done this for 10, 15 years and
Yeah.
paid, I've told you this before too, I think, paid operatives in politics don't work as efficiently as you guys. And you can fake that authenticity and like how much you guys actually care about this issue. And just to top it all, the icing on the cake, you're conservative, you love America, you can't put a price on that. And I love how you've been in that camp for a long time, but a lot more Iranians are joining the conservative movement, because that's who we are at the end of the day too. There's a reason that the Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi is
Yes.
speaking at CPAC. It aligns with our values, with what we
Yes.
stand for and what our history, going back to Cyrus. We love mentioning Cyrus, but I will never stop. Anything else you want to say to our audience before we wrap up?
No, just, it's like I had that feeling for our people back in Iran. So that feeling was keep telling me, don't stop. So, and if you became a silent, so at this moment is not right. So please, whoever can have a voice, if we have a voice, please just talk for our people back home. So they need freedom. That's all I can say at this moment.
Oh, like God bless you, and thank you for giving us your time.
Thank you.
I'm excited to watch and see all the greatest stuff that you guys do.
Thank you.
We will have you back whenever the dust settles and Iran is free. We do a
And thank you
celebratory
so
episode.
much for your support, Brian,
Absolutely.
honestly. So thank you. Thank you so much. You're always there. So you help us a lot.
I'll do what I
Thank
can.
you so
You guys are
much.
doing the heavy lifting. God bless you.
Thank you.